What is going on, guys? It is G from the Kitchen Sessions, back with another video. You have joined me at the end of my second brew day. Oh yes, I have been brewing an all-grain German wheat beer today. I have some footage, but let's just go through some facts about this beer, shall we? So it's a German wheat beer. It's got into the Pinter. The malts are lager, wheat, and torrefied wheat. Being a wheat beer, what would you expect to be in wheat beer? The hops involved are Mittelfrüh, and also what was in these packs. So this is from Dark Rock. I think I showed a couple of them before. Is in one of the packs there was actually orange peel and coriander, which was fantastic. May I just add, it was fantastic. It really was. So I will have some footage come up, but what I did is I mashed in at 66 degrees for an hour, and that was 8 litres of water. I have then boiled for an hour, and I've added the first pack of hops at the start of the boil. I then added the second lot of hops after 45 minutes of the boil, and then the third pack, which had the coriander and the orange peel in, I added at flame out and left it for 15 minutes to seep. So put the footage out now, and here is the highlights of the brew day. So you will have seen the footage of the brew day and how I got on. A bit disappointed with the end result, to be perfectly honest with you. You know, the target gravity on here is 1051. Now, I got 1042. I do not know what I'm doing wrong. I followed the instructions to the letter. So I do not know what I'm doing wrong to not hit the gravity. But what we'll do is it's in the pointer. It is now fermenting. What we're going to do is we're going to ferment that for the next 10 days. It will then cold crash for 2, and then it will brew for 7. I'm following that same rule that was given to me by Mr. B. It seems to have worked on the Mosaic Smash, which you would have already seen. So I'm going to follow that one again. But yeah, I don't quite know what I did wrong, but this is great. I'm really enjoying this brewing. So cut to me after 19 days with a beer in my hand, or maybe a bit longer, because like I said, this is the Christmas brew. So I'm probably going to try this on Christmas Eve, just a little bit, to have the rest on Christmas Day. See you then. And just like that, it is Christmas Eve. I have a beer in my hand. This is the wheat beer. I'm relatively pleased with that, to be honest with you. It is clear. There's a little bit of haze to it. Look at that. I'm quite happy with that. Pin bright. You can see plenty of bubs going up. Head has dissipated, but, it's still there. We've still got a just over 1 finger head at this moment in time. I'm happy. So what we're going to do, we're just going to go through a few bits and bobs, because I can't remember for the life of me what I went through. So I do need my paper. Paper is in hand. So, if you remember, I was looking for a 1051 gravity, and I got a 1042, which I was a bit disappointed on. However, my target gravity finally was 1013, and I actually got 1010. That apparently gives me a 4.2% wheat beer. So that's great. I can still see the bubs going up that. So, 4.2% wheat beer, I'm all for it. As we know, guys, proof of the beer is A, in the drinking, but let's have a sniff and see what I get. So I'm getting the smells that I associate with a wheat beer. It's more like a Belgian wit, actually, than a German one. Now, I did this from it was an all-grain brew, but it was an all-grain brew kit. But it does smell more like a Belgian wit than a German wheat. But it still smells beautiful. Exactly what you want. So I'm just going to get into this. Just going back to the point, thinking back now, there was no clove that went in it. So how do I get that clove flavour? And I'm going to research this, but, what went in? At the end, it was cardamom and orange peel. Now, to me, that screams more Belgium than Germany. And that's what I'm getting. It's more like a Poppering's Humble beer that I did previously than a Weihenstephaner. But smells a dream. Let's get into it. Cheers, people. That is lovely. Very heavy in wheat flavour. That's the most wheaty flavoured beer that I've had. It's not got any of the other, additions to it. The orange peel you sort of get on the nose. You get a little bit of the cardamom and a little bit of the orange. I think I'd have liked more of that. So, you know, this brewing journey that I'm going to be on, people, is, you know, this is the starting point. And if this is the starting point, I am going to be in for a treat, people. Because this is the foundation. What do I do to take this up to the next level? You know, I think going back to the instructions, you know, it says the yeast was premium beer yeast. Well, I know there are other yeast strains out there that will really give you that banana note. So, you know, when I do a German wheat again, use that as the yeast strain. Leave, if I want to add those flavours of coriander and orange, leave them in for longer. But I am over the moon with that. This is a really pleasant drink. So, again, dark rock. You've done good with this. You know, this is all introduction to it to me. So, guys, this is my Christmas Eve beer. Might have another one or two tonight, but I'm going to mainly drink it tomorrow on Christmas Day. This video is probably going to come out shortly after, so I hope you've all had a good Christmas. Drop me a subscribe if you've made it this far. Drop me a comment. You know, have you home brewed a wheat beer? What yeast strain should I use? What malt should I use? What adjunct should I use? Tell me, and I'll have a look and put them all together. And you know, at some stage we'll brew another wheat beer. Why not? I like drinking them, so we're going to brew one. So let me know. I am going to go and finish this. As I say, I hope you've had a good Christmas. New Year is round the corner, so Happy New Year to you all as well. And I will see you all on my next video. Thank you very much for watching, people. Cheers.